Hi everyone, welcome to my home and welcome to Storytime with Spoons Across America. And me, Miss Clarice. We're winding down this year of 2021 and about to enter the year 2022. Many people all around the world have their own traditions of celebrating the new year. And this book honors the new year. It's called Dumpling Soup. Written by Jama Kim Rattigan and illustrated by Lillian Hsu-Flanders. I hope you enjoyed today's story. Before we begin, let's do our storytime song. Are you ready? And it goes a little something like this. S-T-O-R-Y, S-T-O-R-Y, story, story, story. Boom. Now you're ready to listen and learn. Dumpling Soup. Every year on New Year's Eve, my family goes to Grandma's house for dumpling soup. My aunties and uncles and cousins come from all over Hawaii. Most of them are Korean, but some are Japanese, Chinese, Hawaiian, or Haole, Hawaiian for white people. Grandma calls our family chop suey, which means all mixed up. I like it that way. So does Grandma. More spice, she says. This year, since I am 7, Grandma says I can help make dumplings too. Everybody in my family loves to eat, so we have to make lots and lots of dumplings. The night before New Year's Eve, Grandma, Auntie Elsie, Auntie Ruthie, Auntie Gracie come to our house to work on the filling. My mother has bought great big piles of beef, pork, and vegetables to fill the dumplings, and special dumpling wrappers from the Gumshoe Lu Noodle Factory in Honolulu. Everyone brings her own cleaver and cutting board and sits at the kitchen table, chopping and talking late into the night. Too much gossip, says Grandma in Korean. Mince that cabbage. More bean sprouts. It is her recipe, so she is very picky. What about me? I want to help. Tomorrow, Marissa answers Grandma. You can help us wrap. So tonight I watch Grandma mix everything in a big metal pan. More tofu, more onion, more salt, more soy sauce. My aunties keep working, and I fall asleep, listening to the chop, chop, pounding, chop, scrape, scrape. Later, when my mother wakes me up to go to bed, her hands smell like garlic. The next morning, I'm the first one up. I wake up my brother Haram. Then together we tiptoe to my mother and father's room. Get up, it's New Year's Eve. We have to go to Grandma's to wrap the mandu. Not yet, my mother says with her eyes still closed. Please wait till the sun comes up, says father. But we are too excited to sleep. Today, everyone will be at Grandma's. We will see cousins we haven't seen all year, and we will stay up all night. Haram will help my uncles with the fireworks, but best of all, I will learn to wrap dumplings for dumpling soup. When we finally get to Grandma's, other aunts who live near here have already started wrapping. All of Auntie Faye's dumplings are rectangles, and she lines them up like soldiers. Auntie Ruthie pinches her dumplings along the edges to make them look fancy. Auntie Grace puts more filling in the middle than anyone else. I like the fat ones, she says. There seems to be a lot of preparation into making dumplings. Okay, Marissa, these are for you. Grandma places a small stack of wrappers in front of me. My mother pushes her bowl of finger-dipping water closer. I want to make good dumplings. I want to show my aunties. I try to copy them, but sometimes I put too much filling in the middle. Sometimes I don't put enough water along the edges. My dumplings look a little funny, not perfect like the ones my aunts have made. What if no one wants to eat them? I feel Grandma's hand on my shoulder and look up. Cha ko ha ba ra, Marissa. I don't understand all of Grandma's Korean, but I can tell by her face what she's saying. Don't worry, keep trying. Soon there are trays and trays of beautiful wrapped dumplings all over the kitchen. They look like hundreds of baby bottoms wrapped in diapers, powdered on the outside. Mine look a little sad, all different lumpy shapes. One by one, my mother tosses all of them into Grandma's biggest pot full of boiling water. When the dumplings are cooked, they float up, wrinkled and shiny. Grandma calls my father for the official taste test. No one knows spices like he does. He bites into one of the cool dumplings, chews slowly, and wrinkles his forehead. What? Too spicy hot? My mother is anxious. Not enough salt? Or too salty? He gobbles up the rest of the dumpling, smiling and nodding. One more to make sure. I wash the pot carefully for my dumplings. There they are, but some fold up without the wrappers, and others look like they lost their filling. Grandma scoops all of them into a colander to cool. We'll eat your mandu later, she tells me, but I worry that they are bad mandu and that no one will want to eat them. Is Grandma putting them away so they won't spoil the soup? Maybe it's bad luck to eat dumplings on New Year's. Before I can ask her, more relatives knock on the door. They come from far away. I hold the screen door open for all the aunties, carrying heaping plates of food. Watch out! Coming through, they bring homemade sushi and sashimi. Aunt Mori arrives last with a special treat, Japanese mochi. She says mochi means to stay in your stomach for a long time. Mochiziko means full moon. The little cakes do look like white moons, and the sweet, chewy bites feel so good in our stomachs. Mochi helps keep the family stuck together, my uncle says after swallowing 7 in a row. New Year's Eve is the only night in the whole year we are allowed to stay up all night. Grandma told us that in Korea, if you fell asleep before midnight, your eyebrows would turn snowy white. But staying awake is easy for us. We never run out of games. Let's hug Grandma, shouts my cousin Maxie. This is our favorite game. We line up in front of Grandma. When it is my turn, I stretch my arms to reach around her bouncy, soft tummy and then rest my head against it. She laughs and my head bobs up and down. My grandma is like a warm pillow. Inside and out, everyone finds something fun to do. We play a game we can only play on New Year's. Shoe store. We go to the front steps. I'll be the shoe store lady, shouts Carrie. The rest of us take turns trying on all our favorite styles. Do you have those gold slippers in size 5.50 and a half, asks Maxie. Aren't those red high heels just perfect with my moo-moo? Alicia shows off. After a while, all the slippers and shoes get mixed up and seem to be walking all over Grandma's yard. Since it hasn't gotten so late, we really should pick them up, but we're too tired. When it's almost midnight, we hear Haram and the older cousins running to poke big sparklers into the grass. Somebody check the clock. orders Hiram. Alicia presses her face against the screen door. 12 minutes to 12, she yells. All of a sudden, it is almost time. Everybody moves quickly. From every corner of the house, the Yangs come. Everyone finds a place to stand on the cool grass. All the cousins gather under the lychee tree. The babies rub their eyes and whine. My Chinese cousin Helen, says fireworks scare away the evil spirits. You want good luck in the coming year. Grandma takes one last look around to make sure everyone is there. For a moment, the only sound is the shh of the plants. Goodbye, old year, I whisper. Finally, we count down the seconds till midnight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Thousands of firecrackers explode, filling the sky with smoke. All up and down Grandma's street, there is popping and snapping. Our eyes water and our ears ring. Hiram and I run to light all the sparklers, then write our names in the night sky. Cousins, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, and friends hug and shake hands. Finally, Grandma calls. Time for a dumpling soup. If we eat first thing on New Year's Day, we won't go hungry for the rest of the year. My father reminds us the table is set with deep bowls and big spoons. What kind of mandu is this? I quickly look in some of the bowls. Oh no! Grandma has put one of my funny-looking dumplings in each. Must be the ones Risa made, says Haram. They look like little elephant ears. Everybody laughs. My face feels hot. Uncle Ho blows on his spoon and takes a bite. Marissa, delicious! Grandma walks over. Her bowl is full of my mandu. I've been waiting all night to taste these, she says. Here, have one. She puts another funny-looking triangle in my bowl. We bite into our dumplings at the same time. This is the best mandu I have ever tasted. I finish my funny-looking dumplings. Mmm, Grandma's right, it is good. The spices tickle my tongue. Who wants more of Marissa's mandu? Grandma asks. Everyone holds out his bowl. I hand out my bowl too. More dumplings, more lip-smacking chicken broth. Warmy, steamy, and delicious. With our dumplings, we eat roast pork, 3 kinds of kimchi, spinach, and bean sprout, spicy seaweed, and octopus. Haram and I love the Korean dessert we get only on New Year's. Yak pup. He pulls off a chunk of the brown sticky rice mixed with honey, dates, and pine nuts and hands it to me. I lick every bit off my fingers. Your elephant ears sure taste better than they looked, he says to me. I think about how much everyone liked the dumpling soup, even the funny dumplings. Maybe it was because we ate them at Grandma's, all of us together. Next year, I tell everyone, I will make even better dumplings. I can hardly wait. Hello, brand new year. And this is a family picture wearing new clothes for the new year. What a great story. Marissa's family tradition was eating dumplings, soup for New Year's. Do you have any special traditions that you do to bring in the new year? We'd love to hear about it. Please share your experiences with us at www.spoonsacrossamerica.org. That's www.spoonsacrossamerica.org. Wherever you're tuning in from today, I hope that you have a safe and happy, healthy New Year. Bye, everyone. See you next time.